And we are back here on the Rival Esports stream. I am Vaudable, chilling in the void as your host, and alongside me, who have been carrying us through the broadcast in the 3 series we've had so far, is Hunted and Meet and Greek. Hopefully you all have been enjoying the way we've gotten here so far. We had 3 teams already qualified. Afterthoughts. We have also the upper 90 Cinderella story that we just saw happen, and then linked up as well. But now we have our final upper bracket matchup, Nefarious and Compadres. What can you tell me about these teams, Hunted?
Yeah, they're 2 wonderful teams. I mean, they come into this 4th and 5th seed respectively, and there's a reason for it. Obviously, they have done the things they needed to do to get to this point. I mean, really, they've just played consistent Rocket League throughout the day, and this is going to be the toughest challenge. Obviously, they're so closely seeded for a reason. I think this is a very, very even matchup going into it. It's going to be which team comes out with the confidence. Again, we talk about confidence. It's going to come down to which one has that.
No, I agree, but also something to take a note of. Compadres have not dropped a single game today on their way to this matchup here. Nefarious has dropped 3, so things could be a little bit shaky here or there for them.
I think this is going to be probably the closest matchup we've had so far, especially because it is the 4th and the 5th seed. We've had a wide array of different seeds face off against each other, but we do want to hear your predictions in the chat. !com for Compadres and !NEF for Nefarious to see what your thoughts are on that. But I want to hear what Hunted thinks and what Greek thinks about their predictions for this one, because it's always been back and forth. You guys have been on opposite sides of the fence, and we got to see who's going to win at the end of the stream today.
Yeah, this one's tough for me because, again, they're so close. I don't know. I kind of like the Compadres lineup a little bit more than Nefarious. So, we'll go ahead and say Compadres, but I think of all the series, this one will go to Game 5.
I'm going to have to agree with Hunted on this one. I think Compadres have the talent. They have the momentum. They haven't dropped a single game all day. In weird fashion, I'm actually agreeing with my co-caster here because I just know what's going to happen. It's going to go to Game 5 as well because I want a Game 5 today.
That'll be a great time all around. I'm sure the players, after they've been waiting patiently for their match to begin, are pretty ready to get into things. Why don't you introduce the rosters for both of these teams as well, Hunted?
Yeah, so for the Compadres, you have ZPS, Astro, and Skills, and on the other side, for Nefarious, Thunda, Buddy, and Turinturo, and all 6 of those names are players that have been in and around the bubble scene for a very long time. All have their own kind of goals and their own, they've achieved many things throughout their Rocket League careers, and this is just another step on the road for all of them.
What are your thoughts, George?
Well, I was looking on Twitter because I wanted to see what some of our pro players have thought about what's going to happen. And Explosive Gyro thinks that Compadres are going to make it today, and that includes this part of the bracket. So eventually they would have to take down this Nefarious squad in itself. I'm not changing my mind on this. I'm just so down set on this Compadres team.
And we've seen Compadres in the Rival Series previously, so all these players have so much experience behind them, and they're going to bring it their all in this matchup. Only one of them will qualify for the Rival Series and will be our final upper bracket champion to qualify. But we'll have to see what happens if either of them will find themselves in the lower bracket and who will join Linked Up, Afterthought, and Upper 90 in the Rival Series along with the other teams already there. But I'll send it off to you guys so you can get started with the match and get underway with this first game.
Yep, game number 1. Thank you again, Vaudable. Thank you again to Vaudable and B-Dog for their wonderful support throughout the day for us. But game number 1 just about to start, and Meet and Greek, this game, of all the game ones that we've seen, this game is super important for both teams.
Oh, it really is, and we cannot stress it enough. Each one of these matches that we're streaming today is, in fact, a qualifying match. There's so much on the line. Now, you're not out of it quite yet if you can sit down to the lower bracket, but it becomes a lot tougher. So every advantage that you can get in this series is a must.
We are underway. Astro gets bunked by Turnturo. He had a shot opportunity, but a heads-up play. Buddy goes off the post. Two close calls, one on either end, and we're only 20 seconds in. Now Buddy keeps the ball in. ZPS to make the play. Good touch by Thunder to go underneath. Skills, ooh, great fake around Buddy. The flick doesn't get over Turnturo. You talk about skills. Skills has skills in drove.
I can't disagree with you on that one.
But he's gonna have to use every ounce of that skill to topple this Nefarious team. Already a couple of great shots, a couple of great saves on either side. Buddy high on that ball as well. And a ball by Skills. Can Astro get there? Doesn't
he can't.
But Skills, what happened to Turnturo? Where'd he go?
Yeah. I want to see exactly what happened on this defense, but there was a big bump opportunity. But just looking at what happened, Turnturo just drove into the back of the net. I'm not sure where he wanted to go. It almost seemed like it was a controller disconnect in some way or some form because he just wasn't turning.
Either way, it's 1-0 now for the Compadres. And it has been a back and forth match already, and we have barely played a minute and a half in game number one as Thunder goes high. Here's Buddy. That one's wide as well. Buddy has had opportunity after opportunity. He just hasn't put any of them on net yet.
Yeah, he doesn't, but he's going to bide some time. And again, Compadres on offense, Nefarious, they got to turn this down and minimize what they can do here.
3:10 to go out in front. There's Buddy to clear it down. Astro up for the touch. Buddy to Turnturo. Doesn't get by Skills. Going to come down for Thunder, but it takes an awkward bounce off the wall for him, and he can't quite get there in time. The 1-goal lead remains for the Compadres, but Nefarious turning up the heat in the offensive zone. Now Buddy to keep it in. Will go off the ceiling. Skills rotates around. There's it back. Solid touch from Turin. CPS back down, and we continue to play back and forth. Thunder tries to angle this on net. Gives Astro a bit of trouble. It's still out in front, but eventually cleared away. Defense really starting to look more composed now for the Compadres. I think they're done giving Buddy opportunity.
Yeah, and things are starting to slow down as a result, and they're starting to take control of this tempo. They're keeping the ball on the orange half of the field, and they're midfield challenging as well to keep up the pressure.
About 2 minutes left. Buddy's looking for Thunder. Good play by Astro. ZPS up for it. He gets a redirect towards the net. That hit the ceiling. Turnturo had to go up and make a save. Great read. He gets a second touch as well to find the clear. And Buddy will help his teammate out. Play it all the way back down into the blue zone. Wonderful defensive play from Nefarious. Now they need some offense as Thunder trying to find the angle. ZPS holds strong in net. Buddy around. The defender now. Skills. Pops it up. There's Thunder. Can he get a second touch? He does. One more. No, but Turin just goes wide. Hitting the post on that play as well. Buddy can't quite keep the ball in. It's a 1v2 the other way. Thunder keeps it down. That's so unfortunate.
Oh, man.
CPS knocks it home 2-0.
And I agree with Thunder here to be able to get on top of that ball and hit it towards the side, but he just couldn't get enough oomph on it as ZPS comes through, finishes it. 2-goal lead now for Compadres. And they're zooming out there. I'm thinking that they're going to be able to take this game.
They don't have a whole lot of time left to defend. So this game that we all love, Rocket League, it is so very quick. Things can happen in an instant. 2 goals, nothing. You can generate those offensive opportunities. 55 seconds to go. Compadres looking to close out game one. It's a good touch from Skills. Turnturo will clear it away. 47 seconds left now. Off the back wall. No follow-up, but a whiff from Skills. Here's Thunder. That's off the defender, but Turnturo gets the rebound. 2-1.
If you take a look at the play going on here, Buddy playing a lot of interference, and it didn't seem like much, but he did just enough to keep the defense away from the ball, allowing Turo to come in, cut the lead in half here. And with 39 seconds left, can Nefarious tie this one up?
To make a save off the kickoff initially, but all three come down the wing now. As here's Thunder, that's on net. Skills has to cut across and make the save. They're still not out of danger yet as Astro plays it into the sidewall. Thunder along the back. This comes down around in front. Skills on the goal line. Waiting for a shot. Buddy down to Thunder. What a pass, but Thunder misses the shot. Turo keeps it going, at least for now. Astro gets there in time. ZPS doesn't make a touch, so Buddy gets there first. But with 2 seconds left, Buddy, one final opportunity. Astro already in the air for it. Will touch it into the corner. Kept the line for now. That should be it. Yes, it is. The Compadres take game one.
And this was a close one for Compadres. They almost dropped this to Nefarious, but they were able to hold on barely towards the end of the game. And I thought they had a very excellent start on their half of the field, but they couldn't really keep it together. Now, they were very lucky that they didn't have an extra minute for Nefarious because they were breathing down their necks.
And you want to talk about the importance of striking and being accurate with your shots. I think this game exemplifies that. As Nefarious, I don't know how many opportunities they had, Meet and Greek, that it felt like that's a goal. You just got to get it on net, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, we saw some shot opportunities that went just a little bit wide, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. But that comes with the consistency that you need at this level of play. And if you want to be able to beat Compadres, if you're Nefarious, you got to bring that.
Well, we'll see if they can up their shooting percentage a little bit in game number two. The quality thing, I think, from Nefarious, the good thing going forward, the thing they need to build on, is their speed through the neutral zone. It seemed like they were really fast to some of those earlier challenges on the ball. They didn't really let Compadres have the possession that they were looking for. They were challenging them early and disrupting that rotation.
Yeah, and if Nefarious can change a couple of things up with their offense, this game two can go completely different. I want to see that speed. I want to see that aggression. They started having that in game one, but it was just a little bit too late. Now they got a fresh 5 minutes on the clock, a good reset for them. Let's see if they can find the magic.
It's a one-game lead for the Compadres. It is a best of seven. I'm sorry, best of seven. Best of five.
I wish.
All matches today have and will be best of fives. If you are just joining us, welcome in. This is the fourth of 7 qualifying matches we will have today. We've seen 3 teams earlier on qualify for the rival series. The Padres are 1 game closer to doing that themselves, to joining the ranks of Afterthought of Upper 90. For Nefarious, they want to equalize this series if they can here in game number 2. They've got to start with that first goal, the all-important first goal. As Astro's looking for that, he goes just high. ZPS gets to it, but the touch is well wide of the net, and they won't really have much of a follow. Can they do anything with this? Not quite. That's a good clear from Buddy. Just over a minute gone by in this game. Thunder has to make an awkward touch. Astro had a net to shoot at. He couldn't quite cut the angle. It does get cleared away by Nefarious. And already the game's slowing down a little bit. It was quite quick in the early parts of game 1. The teams are starting to settle in a little bit.
Yeah, and things were getting a little bit frantic for Nefarious, but they were able to find their footing and stop Compadres from scoring an early one, but it looks like that doesn't matter as ZPS all the way from downtown finds the goal.
This looks like a little bit of an overcommit to the offensive side of the ball for Nefarious. They didn't have the man back they needed to stop the long-range clear. That's a relatively easy play for ZPS. Didn't really have to try too much to put that ball in the net for the first goal of the game. Turo will respond, though. Great flip from him. It's tied at 1.
And you see ZPS here in the backfield trying to determine when to go for this ball. In my opinion, just unfortunate positioning as he was facing towards the net. Can't really do much there. If he was maybe turned around, he would have had to play on the ball, at least rush towards it, and attempt to create a 50-50 out of that instead of a free shot. Maybe potentially could have gotten it away, but now Nefarious tying it up, and that could be the momentum shift that they're looking for.
That it certainly could be. 3 minutes left, at least in regulation time. If this score holds up, we will be going to overtime in game number 2. But ZPS wants to change it. It just goes off the post. So does Astro. Missed it wide. That's an opportunity the Compadres will certainly want back. They've got to play defense now, though. ZPS does well to clear it away. Now Skills looking for Astro across the box. Great cut of the pass by Buddy. Might put his team on the offensive side. For the moment, Turnturo gets by. He's got one man to beat in Skills. He can't do it. Now Skills looking to transition. Thunder's there to meet him in mid as well as his teammate. DPS out in front gets it underneath Turnturo. Buddy is still here trying to make something happen for Nefarious. They can't get the ball towards the front of the goal. The defense has been solid.
Yeah, the Compadres' aerial countermeasures are extreme. They're pre-jumping like crazy, but they just know exactly where Nefarious is going to place this ball on their offensive half to get in front of it.
Astro trying to go one-on-one. He was looking for the fake onto Turnturo. He couldn't quite find it. That's now Skills looking for ZPS. Keeps the ball in the orange corner. Didn't get the bump onto Thunder. Went right over top of him. But is in mid for this redirect. That's just wide. Astro keeping Buddy on his toes now. Thunder will finally find the clear. 90 seconds left, meet and greet. A 1-1 game. This next goal, very, very important for the life of the series.
Yeah, it is. And you know, Hunter, the team that scores the most goals, I've said it before, wins the match. And right now we're starting to get into silver goal territory. There's about a minute left in this match. As Turnturo finds the pass from Buddy, and talk about a nail-biting goal.
Buddy in a great position to find the clear from Astro as well. Turnturo just sneaks it in that near post, and it's 2-1 in favor of Nefarious. A minute 12 to go. Padres, I think this is the first time they have trailed in this series. Now ZPS is up for it. He goes hard off the back wall. Skills is there. Thunder meets him. Minute is all that remains now. Sealing down, Buddy's there. Skills is there before him. 50 seconds left. Astro can't get by Turnturo. Skills will keep the ball in. He's got to play out in front. There's Astro. He'll score. 2-2.
The triple commit, sometimes it's so beautiful that it works, but Skills, talk about just maneuvering the ball around that corner, just does everything he can to get that ball centered, make it so easy for Astro to tap that one in. 2-2, Compadres not out of it yet.
3 perfect touches in the corner from Skills is what it takes to put his team back in this game, but he gives the ball away, and Thunder punishes him for it.
Oh, this is so unfortunate here. Skills, you had the ball, just a missed touch, and Thunder says, oh, that one's mine. Give me that free goal.
Back in the lead, go Nefarious with 34 seconds left, and the Compadres have to do it all over again. Thunder challenging Skills and winning it. Now Astro on the goal line controls. A light flick gives Buddy an opportunity to get there, and now ZPS has to play it off the back wall. Here comes Turnturo. Another solid clear from ZPS. Astro the boomer. Buddy, a boomer of his own, back to the blue half. ZPS with 6 seconds left. Plays it into the corner. One final opportunity. Skills demos. Here's Astro. He keeps it up. ZPS looking for the bump onto the last man. We're tied at 3. Going to overtime.
The bump coming through so clutch, Astro. He had so much time to float that one in. ZPS playing interference. Ties this game up. We're going to overtime.
3-3, the Compadres and Nefarious. Game number 2. What a final second goal from the Compadres. Can they pull this off? They would pull themselves within one game of qualifying for the rival series. Need to beat Nefarious one final time. Here's Buddy. Into the corner. Skills opts for the boost. Gets bumped away a couple of times by Buddy, but there is no follow-up from his teammates. Turnturo will try to keep it in. ZPS is there. Thunder whiffing on this. Gives Skills all the time. He needs 4 down. They've done it. Compadres win game 2.
They're going to bring us all the way to match point, but talk about a shot from Skills, leaving the defense wondering what just happened.
Unbelievable. The Compadres with a last-second goal, a sensational shot from Skills in overtime, and they have moved within one game of qualification. Nefarious, they have played so well. They have tried their hardest, but they cannot find a game win in this series so far.
It's almost heartbreaking in a way. They were so close to taking this series, and all of a sudden Compadres are like, nope, we're going to take it right back and put you on match point. We're about to sweep you. That's how Compadres are feeling right now.
It feels so bad for Nefarious. I mean, it felt like this was their game to win. And there were just a couple of misplays, uncharacteristic from Compadres, that led to Nefarious getting the leads they had. They just couldn't hold them. It was a clutch play at 0 seconds for the Compadres, and they absolutely took advantage of that in overtime.
No, it absolutely was. And it was complete team effort to get those last 2 goals in to tie this game up. And I'm saying even when Astro was with almost no time left in front of the net, counted on his teammate ZPS coming through to bump and interfere the defense away and jumble them up into confusion to tie that up, and then Skills in overtime to clutch it and take it away. Hunted, this is what this team's about, and that's why they're so strong.
And we predicted this series to go all 5 games. If we want that to happen, Nefarious has to win games 3 and game 4. And they'll start off strong. Turnturo finds the early goal, only 6 seconds in.
And here we go. This is how you bring it around if you're Nefarious. Get that early goal, that kickoff. It might be one you need to start your momentous run.
1-0 early on. Game number 3 for Nefarious. See if they have what it takes to win this game. Good touch from Astro. Thundo around the corner. Back into the orange half we go. Turnturo and Skills meeting. There's ZPS. Thundo down for his teammates. They both turn on this because ZPS a lot of space. Goes by the first attacker. Tries to go underneath Thundo. Not going to happen. And this series has been so close. The fact that the Compadres are up 2-0 in the series is quite shocking considering how Nefarious has played.
Yeah, and it's almost scary because they've just, for some reason or another, have just taken complete control. And now they're just one game away from entering into the rival series for this season.
3:54 to go. They need to put at least the goal in if they want to try to send this one into overtime. There's Skills to try to play it around. Buddy out in front. Solid control. Can't turn up field though as Astro cuts him off. Now he's looking for some offensive play. Turnturo takes it away and goes over top of the attacker. Tries to get by Skills. This opens up some space. Thunder's up in the air. Can he get the double? Astro's not going to give him a chance. Clear off the back wall. Buddy keeps it moving in the corner. But Skills a light touch out towards mid. Resets both teams. So 1-0 still in favor of Nefarious. 3:10 to go in game 3.
Yeah, and a lot of speculative plays happening right now, Hunted. It's almost as if we could kind of pass this like a round of golf with all the action that's happening, but instead Astro had the open net, but he couldn't make the shot. What just happened?
That is a routine play for Astro, and he whiffed it. Gonna come back to haunt them if they cannot score a goal to tie us up here. They still have plenty of time, still over half a game left. You try to find the equalizer. Now skills towards the net, that's just a bit high. Astro takes it away from Thunder. This gives ZPS a chance to play it. Goes up the wall, looking for Astro below him. Skills will turn on this, and now he's got to hustle back. Could be scary if they lose this challenge. That's out in front. Good save from Astro. Turnturo won the challenge, nearly made it 2-0.
Yeah, Astro keeping this one just in check, but ZPS, opportunities galore, and Compadres starting to gain momentum on their offensive half.
2 minutes to go. Thunder now off Astro. Great save. ZPS gets the rebound as well. We stay 1-0 for Nefarious. Turnturo and ZPS combine to pinch that into the orange corner. Buddy doesn't make the touch. ZPS opting not to play this will force Astro to turn. I thought ZPS would at least challenge. If anything else, they've got to not be hesitant on the offensive side of the ball, especially down a goal.
Yeah, no, especially when you have teammates back on defense, you know you're safe. Just don't hesitate. Go for that ball. Hey, you can potentially create a defensive error.
Thunder to clear it away. Turnturo, a touch for Astro, who can't quite find the clear. There's Skills. What a touchdown to Thunder! Skills has to make a good save.
Wow.
Off the back wall. Thunder got a lot of juice on that shot. Almost beat the defense, but still they cannot get more than a goal on the board. They are wasting a lot of time. Only 48 seconds left. This comes off the back wall. Thunder's going to keep it in. No passing options out in front, so Astro will chase them away. Skills and Buddy still meeting, and they cannot get out of their zone, can the Compadres?
No, they can. This is what Nefarious is doing so well. They're shutting them down, but with 30 seconds left, we've seen now already Compadres. Well, I'm going to take that back here as the caster's curse coming out here just a little bit too late in this game. And when you're down by 2 goals against this Nefarious squad and about how they've been playing this entire game, it's going to be very difficult for Compadres to come back from this one.
This has been a clinic by Nefarious on how to shut down an offense from an opponent. It has been suffocating for the Compadres. You talk about Nefarious having a 2-goal lead. The Compadres have 2 shots in this game. And it has just not been enough. Nefarious look poised to take game 3, barring some kind of miracle with the last 5 seconds. That will just about do it. It will. Nefarious, they stay alive here in the upper bracket. Take game number 3, and they're turning this into an interesting series.
Yeah, Nefarious 1 game into a potential reverse sweep. Can they get it done? Compadres still have 2 lives left here to make it into the rival series. At least in this matchup, they still have the lower bracket if they do fall to the reverse sweep from Nefarious. So we'll have to see what happens there. But Nefarious right now doing a great job. They completely, you're right, they completely shut down Compadres here. Can they keep it up, though, or will Compadres differ in their offensive style the next game? It's going to be very interesting to see. But the teams that adapt are the ones that move on. It's what happens. It's just the nature of Rocket League. And you see it happen all the time, whether it's in mid-game or in between matchups.
And I do think that for the Compadres, they were playing a little bit more timid in this game, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, we talked about a case or two where it seemed like, you know, they could have challenged. They opted to hang back and play defense, and it's very different than the style, the high-powered offense they were playing in the first 2.
Well, when you're hesitating, you can never make any good opportunities because then you find yourself saying, I'm in midfield, I have teammates in back of me, should I go for the ball? No, I won't go for the ball, and I'll mess up my entire defensive rotation as well, and it just causes lots of different problems. So you really can't hesitate, especially against this Nefarious squad, and this is for all the marbles. You win this game, if you're Compadres, you go on to the rival series. This is a great opportunity to set yourself up for this next season. You just got to take it.
We'll see if they can do just that. Hopefully they were listening to you, my good friend. Give them a little bit of motivation for game number 4. considered, if the whole casting thing doesn't work out, have you considered being an inspirational speaker?
Oh yeah, of course.
I wonder if there's a market for that in Rocket League. Like you could just come in between games.
I think that's called a coach.
Yeah, well, potentially. Anyway,
But I think this casting thing is pretty fun though. But regardless, we're almost a minute in and not a whole lot of action going on between these two teams. And if you're Nefarious, kind of makes sense. You don't want to make any egregious errors. But if you're Compadres, you might be sweating a little bit because you really want to put some more offensive pressure on.
Has been a minute played. There has been no score as of yet. Only one shot registered. That was by Turnturo a little while ago.
Oh, skills! No way!
Get a shot on that one. He goes over top of the defender. Turnturo stops him in the orange box, and now Skills will keep the ball in the zone again, buddy. Solid challenge. Turnturo to clear it back down. I am not surprised if this game is a defensive struggle, a slow defensive struggle.
I think that's what it's going to be. Essentially, it's going to be a slow bleed from here on out for this one, unless the gates fall open. We see tons of goals scored on both sides, but right now both teams playing very conservatively. They do not want to drop a goal here with so much stakes.
You don't want to be that guy who makes the mistake that leads to
don't say that. That's gonna end real poorly. Don't say that.
That's a good demo onto Thunder. There's nobody back in goal. Skills
Okay.
beating Buddy to the ball, and he'll put his team up by 1.
And Skills this entire series has been so clutch, always there at the right time with the shot on net. I have not seen him miss quite yet, I believe, because I'm just so fixated on how many goals he's scored.
Certainly has been a wonderful force for his team, really driving the offense when he gets the opportunity. Now Nefarious. They need a driving force of their own on the offensive side of the ball. Thunder might just be that. He is. We're tied up at 1. Sharp angle from Thunder.
Yeah, and Thunder really just playing his ball to himself, just completely playing his own offensive style here. He doesn't need teammates. He's just going to throw that one on net.
The solo effort from Thunder ties us at 1. 2:43 to go. Again, Compadres, they're up 2-1 in the series. If they win this, they qualify for the rival series. If they drop this and Nefarious win, we will be heading to a Game 5. Clear from Thunder on the shot from Astro. ZPS over to Skills.
No way!
Save.
What?
Not all of that one, but it was saved on the goal line. Great play from Nefarious. Up onto Thunder. Will turn ZPS the other way. He gets bumped himself. He still manages to get there, and Turnturo makes the play. Now Astro the follow, and Thunder the follow-up save. 1-1, 2 minutes left. Does ZPS have a chance here? He can't get by the Stonewall defense of Nefarious.
And if ZPS didn't take that ball, I think Astro is going to ground pitch that thing. So really, 2 deadly angles that Compadres have on the field, and it's something you have to think about if you're Nefarious, because if you block one avenue of attack, there might be a second one coming your way.
There's Buddy! Did that go off the Thunder? It did, in the back of the net. I don't know if this was going in. I think Thunder put this in himself.
I think, did he? He did!
That's insane!
That's impressive. That's impressive. Wow. Thunder's popping off.
That was an amazing touch by Thunder. Now he's got to play defense against Astro, and he does. So Thunder getting 2 goals in this game, all that Nefarious has needed so far. There's still just under 90 seconds left for Compadres to try to equalize yet again. This will be Thunder to clear it away. Buddy's up for it now. Opts for Turnturo to play this one. He goes off the bar. Astro can't find the clear. Thunder keep it in. Can't keep that one in. A solid pass. Yes, takes a shot. That's an easy save from Buddy. That's not the greatest clear from Thunder, but Turnturo will get there and turn it into some time wasting now for Nefarious. Only 47 seconds left to go. The Compadres still need a goal to try to send us into overtime. bounces off the back wall. Buddy again into his own corner. Solid touch by him. Thunder will be the first to get there. This won't be on goal, but Thunder might have a chance. He didn't have the boost to get back down. So still we play on. 2-1 in favor of Nefarious. 22 seconds left. Astro over the first attacker. Can't get by Thunder. Bounces around in front. Skills is there to keep the ball moving in the offensive zone. Turn Turo gets demoed. Thunder tries to control. CPS challenge. Astro's last. And Turn Turo goes by him. This should be in the back of the goal. It is 3-1 for Nefarious, and it looks like game 5.
Nefarious starting to look very scary. Compadres, they're panicking, Hunted. They could get reverse swept, and this would not be a good look for them to send them down to the lower bracket in a fashion such as this. Compadres got to take everything they can into game 5 and figure out what happened.
Hopefully they are using this interim time to talk amongst themselves, figure out their game plan for game number 5. As Nefarious, you said it, they've come all the way back, being down 0-2 in the series. They tie us up now, and it looked very, very promising for the Compadres after those first 2 games. And even in this game, they looked like they were playing well. But, I mean, look at all the shots, Meet and Greek, and only to score 1 goal on 12 shots, it's not going to cut it.
Well, here's the thing, Hunted. We were talking about this a lot earlier. Both these teams are so closely matched. There's a reason why they're the 4th and 5th seed in this entire tournament. We knew this was going to go to game 5. Maybe not in this fashion. But right now, things are going to be decided, especially who is going to be sent down to the lower bracket and potentially might not make it to the rival series, and who will move on to play this next season.
It's going to be so close. I mean, we talked about our predictions, and you and I both said this was going to game 5. Both of us said that the Compadres would come out on top of Nefarious, but I don't know who to pick in this game 5. It's going to be so close.
It's going to be very close indeed, but if you're looking at just strictly momentum, Nefarious has a lot going for them. Yeah. Compadres, though, they just got to take a step back. They want to win this game. Take a step back, go back to games 1 and 2, reiterate what you did there, and you'll be fine.
We'll see which team does come out on top and qualifies for the rival series. This is game 5 between Nefarious and the Compadres. Who is going to take it? Compete in our next season. Thunder looks to start off the scoring. He doesn't have the boost to get the double touch, and Astro will clear it away. This first goal, Meet and Greek, so important.
Yeah, very critical. Whoever scores their first goal statistically has a fantastic chance of taking the game. I think I saw a percentage somewhere. I'm not going to name it randomly without confirming it, but it's a high probability.
Turo out of his own corner. Buddy getting challenged by CPS. Popped up for Thunder to clear it down. He has Buddy looking. Good redirect, but not quite hard enough to beat the defender. Astro has to clear it away as well. Solid touch from Thunder. Down to Turin. Turo! He scores! What a touch from Turin. It's 1-0.
I kind of want to take another look at this play because I thought for sure CPS would have been able to get a touch, but instead he just found himself in that same situation we were talking about earlier. It's that hesitation in midfield that cost him the goal, and Nefarious are taking full control and advantage of that.
They have a 1-0 lead after a minute of Rocket League played. Can they hold on? The Compadres find themselves in a hole early. They have to climb out of it, and they have to do it soon. This is a decisive game number 5. Win or lose, there's not another game. You want to be the winner when all things are said and done, as now Skills looks to play that towards the net. Good play from Thunder to keep it away. Astro, the dunk over top of Buddy, looking for his teammates in support. Not going to find any. So now out of the corner Astro goes. Good challenge against Turo. Thunder trying to keep things moving. Astro, a one-man defensive unit in the corner, but it's not enough to get the ball out as Thunder takes another shot and he scores. 2-0 now for Nefarious.
Nefarious just on fire, and they're moving this ball so agile, just around the defense, and you can see them hunted. They just don't know what to do on their defensive end. They're so confused, and that's what Nefarious is doing so good.
Does Buddy have a shot here? He
Oh
does!
my, what?
Finds the back of the net. Nefarious has spread the ball around, a goal apiece. It's 3-0 with 3:08 to go.
Oh my goodness, they're popping off. Every single one of them on Nefarious are just doing exactly what they need here. Hunted. I don't like calling games early, but if this momentum keeps swinging in Nefarious' favor, it's going to be a very easy victory here for them in Game 5.
Here's Astro with a chance. He's looking for Skills, but Churro turns him away. Good touch from Astro. Skills one more time. Lightly towards the net. Off the back wall. Skills is up for it. Touch towards. That's a good save from Thunder. He gets up in time to make the play. We'll be able to play it back down into the blue zone. EPS one-on-one with Buddy. Goes around him, turn Churro. Now Skills. Next in line is Buddy. Astro blocks his shot away. Need to find more offensive zone time if you're the Compadres. You're playing for a solid 2 minutes or so in your own zone. And now Astro sneaks it by everybody, and he'll score. It's 3-1.
And this is the start now for Compadres. They need 2 more goals to tie this one up, or they'll be sent down to the lower bracket. Astro taking control, throwing the ball in net, very accurate, away from the defense. That's what you got to do.
For Astro, he's not going to question how that ball finds its way in. He will take that every single day of the week. He pulls them back within 2. Good save on to turn to keep it that way. 2 goals in 2 minutes, certainly not an impossibility, meet and greet.
No, definitely not. Very doable, especially for this caliber of team. They just got to stop being pumped away from Nefarious and get this ball out of their own half.
That's a great challenge. Skills!
No, what?
Can't make the play. A great save from Buddy. CPS shoots and he goes wide. Buzzing around the goal now are the Compadres. Getting stonewalled by the Nefarious defense, and they have to try again. Turnturo keeps the ball moving in the blue zone. There's ZPS. He's got Astro looking. Shot! Off the crossbar. Skills the follow-up. Thunder makes the save. Keeps it a 2-goal game.
So many shots on net, but Nefarious coming out with these miraculous last-second saves. And Buddy, another one into the net. Thunder keeping the ball out of reach. Skills feels backflip. Oh, it's unfortunate. And Nefarious extending their lead to, again, 3 goals.
So close did the Compadres come to bring us to a 1-goal game. But just like that, they find themselves down 3 with 60 seconds left. Could this be the reverse sweep for Nefarious? DPS gets saved away by Buddy. Skills keeps it going. There's Astro. He's looking for a shot. Turnturo turns it away. Now out in front one more time for Skills. He'll score.
Okay.
We're back to a 2-goal game with 45 to go.
45 to go. Can they get it done? They need a goal every, 22.5 seconds to tie this up. Quick maths. Quick caster maths right now. Is that going to be feasible, though? That's the question for Compadres. There's a lot of pressure on them to perform right now.
Skills tries to beat Buddy to this. It will wind up in the blue zone. DPS now for the clear. Astro's looking, but he didn't have the boost to challenge Turnturo on that play. 30 seconds to go. The demo onto Turnturo. Trying to open up some space for the clear. Buddy finds it, scores!
Buddy, are you kidding me?
The hat trick for Buddy, and that just might secure it for Nefarious.
For every goal that Compadres have scored, Buddy has been there for the counter argument. He's thrown it in almost immediately after and just snuffed the dreams out of Compadres. 22 seconds left, but I don't think they're coming back.
They have to try. This is game number 5 of this qualifying match. ZPS might have an opportunity. Can't get by Buddy. Why not? Buddy making another play to keep his team going. And with 5 seconds left, that's going to do it. Nefarious move on. They complete the reverse sweep. What a series by them, and we've got our 4th team in the qualifiers.
Congratulations to Nefarious. They're going to be moving on to this season of the Rival Series, where they'll be joining Paradox, Plot Twist, RBG, Linked Up, Afterthought, and Upper 90. We still have 3 more teams to decide for the rest of the day, Hunted, but goodness, Nefarious coming through with style, the reverse sweep, but there's still plenty of opportunities for Compadres. They're going to have a really nice spot in the lower bracket. I believe they just got to win 2 series there. And if they win 1 series, they get an extra life in the losers quarterfinals bracket, which is kind of separate. You have to play into that. But what a series.
Absolutely. Wow. It was a beautiful series, and it was well played. Vaudeville, I'm sure if you have collected your thoughts by now, I would love to hear them.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, those thoughts are all over the place. The main one that comes to my mind is what a series. We called it going to Game 5. It looks like we were going to be spoiled on that at the beginning by Compadres, but Nefarious pulling off the reverse sweep. They were the number 4 seed, but it looked like they were as even as could be. Throwing seeding aside completely, great work being put in by both teams, but at the end of the day, Nefarious made it to the Rival Series, and we'll have to see more out of Compadres. So from what we've seen out of Compadres in that best-of-5 series and being up by 2 games, what can they do if they get to a similar situation where they have the lead and just close out the series in the lower bracket, Hunted?
Well, first things first, they've got to take a break. I mean, after losing in a reverse sweep fashion, you got to step away for at least a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know if their lower bracket game is ready yet.
Not yet, so they still have a little bit of time.
Perfect. So, yeah, you've got to take a break, step away from the game for a minute, clear your head, maybe go on a short walk or something. Just get yourself back and focused. You were 1 game away. Heck, they were a goal away at times from securing their spot. But it's got to start again. You have to win 2 more series, and that's all that you think about right now.
I 100% agree with Hunted here. You know, taking a break, just step away from the game for a couple minutes really does help. But I'm going to be honest, when you're up 2-0 in a best-of-5 series, it is your series to lose, so you can't have those nerves rack you. This is what the Rival Series is all about. You have 128 teams vying for these 7 spots, and the teams that bring their A game for every single matchup and every single game are going to be the ones that move on, so you really have to earn it.
And it's going to be a tough road ahead for all those teams in the lower bracket, especially the ones we saw during these qualification matches. Some that we haven't even seen on stream yet that have been making their way through after some upsets. Bolsen specifically, they're facing off against Boomafu, which Nefarious beat to get to this point for this qualification matchup. And the Zookeepers are still alive, the underdog story that a lot of people have been talking about on Twitter. They're facing off against Team Frontline right now. And then Clang Gang, the number 40 seed, taking out Applesauce. They took out Applesauce. Wow. It's just insane to see all these kind of upsets happening. But thank you both for joining us for this first half of the broadcast. It's been amazing first 4 series that we have. We still have 3 more. Just so you know, if you're looking at the bracket, there is that lower bracket final that still has to happen. So there's a whole nother section. There's going to be 3 more qualifications coming on there. But thank you guys for joining. We're going to have Samael and Dazarin joining us in just a moment. So don't go anywhere. This is the North American Rival Series play-in, and we'll be right back.
Thanks, guys.